If I would stand in this place, for example, 35 years ago, I would be in East Germany. I'm here to find some interesting East German, East Berlin stuff. And I want to bring you with me. Welcome to East Berlin. And I will stay here in the east side. I'm not going to the west side. East. The building behind me is the Brandenburg gate. Very interesting historical building. And so I'm standing now in the East German side, East Berlin side. The street next to me is actually the street where was earlier Berlin Wall. And just behind the street, the park in front of me was already West German side. This is interesting. Let's have a look. This Brandenburg Gate area has a very crazy, rich history. Can you imagine? 200 years ago, Napoleon came here. He brought his French troops here. He came from this street, took over the Berlin, and even stole the horses on the top of the gate. In the Second World War, Soviet Union came from the other side and took over this place. Can you imagine? The Berlin Wall around here. Very thick wall. Guys are standing on the top. They are security guys, they are snipers. There was also many snipers on the top of the gate and ready to shoot every person who tried to go over the wall, over the Berlin Wall. Can you imagine that? And because I miss Philippines so much, so I think and I hope I can find something about Philippines here in East Berlin. This East Germany, East Berlin, DDR was ideological utopia. It was kind of mix of Marxism, Leninism, socialism and even communism. And it was strongly led from the Moscow. And for example, in front of me here, you can see Aeroflot of it. And if you want to know what is Aeroflot, it's a Russian national flying company. What a beautiful East Germany architecture. Functional. Little bit blasting about the history. When the Nazi Germany lost the Second World War, 4 countries took over this city. Soviet Union, British, Americans and French. So there was a big country, Germany, and there came also quite big country called East Germany. Inside the East Germany there is a Berlin. And the Berlin was split for the 2 pieces. West side taken care about those 3 countries and the east part was taken by Soviet Union. And that's where we are now. I'm actually looking for the East German DDR car called Trabant. Hopefully I can find it. During that time, behind me is a Berlin TV tower, the big landmark here. And by the way, that was very typical in all around the East Europe during the 60s and 70s to build the very big high TV towers, cities like Warsaw or Vilnius. Why you have to do that? Because you can. You want to show that you can build it and you are technically perfect. And by the way, it's nice if you have a bigger tower than your competitor, right? Look what is here. Look. Well, my luck, it's closed because of the corona, but it's not so bad luck at the end. Anyway, I have the chance to see the fantastic car of the East Germany. Look at this. Trabant, the miracle of the East Germany. The best car in the East Germany. Interesting. The humor is way to survive and explain many things. But at the end, this DDR was not very friendly country. Inside the country there was organization called Stasi. So it was a big brother organization, part of the government. They reported everything. Every single person reported each other, and you had the spies everywhere. Your neighbor was watching over you, your brothers, your sisters, all your relatives. Any of those can be a spy. It was very stressful and dangerous organization. At the moment, I can walk freely here. I can say what I want. I'm free to give my opinions, but you can imagine during the Stasi time, someone was looking for over your shoulder all the time, wrote the report and delivered that for the Stasi, and then Stasi contacted you or your family members. Anyway, now I'm thirsty and I need to find a drink. Deal. Sometimes here in East Berlin, some miracles can happen. This next 15 seconds is dedicated all of my Filipino friends. I miss this so much. And by the way, have a look at my previous video where I'm doing some testing about this. Red Horse, the beer of Philippines. Here in East Berlin you can find actually very interesting, beautiful, interesting traffic lights. Let me show you. What a beautiful East Berlin cubic architecture. Train station, Warsaw Street. And have a look. What is here? What is here? The pearl of the East Germany car production. Trabant. Quality second. Still here in east part of Berlin, you have a little bit the original Berlin Wall. Now it's a graffiti wall, more than 1 kilometer. Some of very beautiful and interesting graffitis. Like this one, the leader of Soviet Union, leader of East Germany, Honecker and Brezhnev. Bitte schön. Dear East Berlin, forgive me. I was drinking Filipino beer here, but I also drink original Berliner Pilsner, the original East Berlin beer. Cheers. Oh, it's nice. By the way, this beer during the East Berlin time was only available here, and when the wall went down, this became very popular beer also in the West Berlin side. Quite interesting. Works. I'm sitting down here with my childhood friend. You were always on TV when I was a child. Every day, every week, I heard about you. Berlin Wall. I'm happy to see you again, but mostly I'm happy that you collapsed. That's a great thing for the Europe. That's a great thing for the world. Cheers. In front of me I have a river Spree. I'm standing on the east side of the Berlin. Behind me you can see the Berlin Wall. So this was the military area. The people living behind the wall. Many families were split. So half of the family lived here on the east side, half the family lived in the other side. The east side people only can imagine what's happening there on the west side. Think about the situation. You're here, your relatives are living other side of the river, no connection. Have a look over the river to the West Berlin. I found something very interesting, very beautiful. The pearl of the East Berlin. No, it's not the bridge behind. It's this one. The mosaic wall. The hotel where I'm staying is very interesting.
The original name is Hotel Metropole, which tells me already this is East European hotel. This has been built in 1977. It was the best hotel in the region, in the East Germany, East Berlin. All the famous celebrities, political people, diplomats stayed in this hotel. And it was fully under control of Stasi, the government security organization, the security minister or safety minister. You can imagine, every single room was wired. Every single phone call was listened. You had the microphones all over. The people were observed, followed, reported. Those famous people were walking around here in the corridors. They enjoyed the life, but they were fully followed by Stasi. Interesting.
Good morning, new day. Dear East Berlin travel fellows. Today I have actually a very special thing to show for you. I'm traveling a little bit outside of the Berlin and showing something very nice. But before that, I still have a little bit time to roam around here in the East Berlin. Stay tuned. I found something very interesting. So big shout out to my friends back to the Philippines, to the Butuan, to the Purok 2B, especially for Jesse. Have a look, Philippine Embassy of the Berlin. Have you seen the Hollywood movie Bridge of Spies? 2015, directed by Steven Spielberg, Blockbuster. So, it's the movie of the bridge. It's the movie of the bridge between the West Berlin and DDR, the East Germany. And this is the bridge, the real bridge behind me. It's an interesting part of the history because that was obviously, of course, the border between two Germanys, but it was also the place where the big boys changed their spies. So, 50s and 60s, Soviet Union and USA make an exchange between the spies, and this one was the bridge where the action actually happened. That is interesting. Let's have a look a little bit deeper and closer. So, during the Cold War, during the DDR time, during the East German time, this was the border, and at the end this was quite dangerous place. In the both ends, at the moment I'm standing on the west side, West Berlin, so there is the east, there is the Potsdam. It was quite dangerous place because you had the watchtowers everywhere, you had the snipers everywhere, and if you did not have a permit, you start to smuggle in or out either countries, you might be dead. It was dangerous place, dangerous bridge. But mostly I'm happy that you collapsed. That's a great thing for the Europe. That's a great thing for the world. Cheers.